Hello, what's up guys? This is my 5 video. About this time I'm just talking or what is my thoughts about urban design. Yes. Today I'm just reading a books about urban design. Yes, maybe it is mirror. Yeah. The book title is urban design because I just found it in my internship office, and I think I just have to learn about it for my next semester, because in next semester I'm just doing some project about this urban design. Okay, I it this book have sure 333 pages, and then I just read in 40 page, and then I just get some thought or some explanation, maybe some general explanation, because I'm just read for 40 pages. Okay, for the first all, I'm just before the urban design, we just know about the urban development. Yes, the urban development, it is have some types three types about urban development. In the first, you are it is about the expand expand the utility, about the expand the space. Wait, I just thinking here, just three. It is the first, you can density, dense, or make it dense for the city or the development of the urban. It The meaning is, in the city it can be more dense with, you can make some space that belong to many utility, or many functional, like in the one space there is, in one region or one space there is some building that can be some office, some residential, for settlement, for facility, like everything about the functional is can be a compact in one region or one places, like that. Maybe you can see um in a mixed use place or mixed use region, like maybe, anything about it. Like mixed use is when there is some places, and there is some building that have a different functional, but it settle in one building, like that. The example is, one building you can have like Casablanca. What is the name is Mall Casablanca? Not Mall Casablanca. Mall. Wait, what is the famous mall in Jakarta? Mall Casablanca. Mall Kota Casablanca. Yes, it is. The Kota Casablanca building, it is held some malls in the lower ground, maybe up to fifth floor, or like that. And then in the upper, there is some residential, like apartment, or some condominium, or some residential or settlement for people, like that. Like the density of the urban, or density of the place is like that. You can make it dense to some place that can you use it to some functional, to that, like that. And the second, it is about like you expand your land, like that. Expand your land or expand your spaces. Like the example is when there is some urban or some settlement in some region or some area, and then you can expand to another region to building some system in there, some settlement, some residence, some office area like that. They expand, but some disadvantage are, yes, disadvantage about the, it is not about disadvantage, but people thought about the expand is you are just expanding your house or expand your area into another country or another city like that. But there is some, what is, there is some term, not term, there is some term, not some term, there is some term about the urban sprawl. Yes, it is not so good, not not good choice to be expands your urban development, expands your land, because urban sprawl is, it, the meaning is you are expand your area or expands your settlement like that, but in the term of so chaos like that, like you are sprawl or just like spread out like that. Not the urban sprawl is you are just make or expand the urban, but in terms of you are spread out without controlling or without some regulation and policy about urban development or the city layout like that, and it make the expand or the urban sprawl is some chaos and makes many disadvantage like that. And maybe the example of urban sprawl is there is some types of urban sprawl or some, what is the meaning of some choice, there is type of urban sprawl, its name is leapfrogging. Yes, leapfrogging is, it is a term that it's about there is some house and another house, but the between house and house there is some liminal space, not liminal space, just there is so much space in there that leapfrogging is like some, it is frog that leap, like jump for it. And the urban sprawl leapfrogging is there is some house, but between house and house it is so much gap, so much gap between house and house like that, and it's make some disadvantage, like there is so much, like so much highway that have to build to go in another city to city, because there is some land or some occupied land that people just make or yes make house in there, but not in nearby like that, not adjacent with the neighborhood, and it makes some disadvantage, like so long to be going out, and then the and then because people just want to get it or just doing it because first they are not knowledge about the city layout, and then they want to have some cheap land or cheap house in, because when you are in out of maybe in peri urban or in nearby or among the between the city and the rural space, you are have a space or your your land or your settle or your settlement is cheap so much cheap, yeah, like that. Because yeah, if you buy some housing in the city, it is so much, you will get so much pay, like, yeah, maybe like you in Jakarta, you pay house in there is equal, like you just buying some lands of rural, like some, what is the meaning of, like a field of rice field, like that. You just some compact house, you can equalize equivalent, like you just buying some field in Sumatra, like that, on down Sumatra, like Kalimantan, like that. Yes, because it is so different. And then why people leapfrogging is because he want a cheap field, that he want a cheap house, like that. And then the leapfrogging is, it is in peri-urban. Peri-urban is some region or some place that between city and rural, or in village, like that. And then the third is some development. Urban development is to organize the city that have a centralized, like Jakarta. Jakarta is a central of economic, central of public, central of capital, like that. In 19 decades, or yes, 19th decade, it's the capital in Jakarta, it's in development to spread out, like maybe you know the term of Jabodetabek, Jakarta, Bogor, Depok, Tangerang, Bekasi. It just get some, it is from some terms that it is just, it is get from the Jakarta, because the Jakarta is so much hold some load, not load, yes, no problem, hold some loads, and so much responsible that the Jakarta hold, like the economic, the capital, the administration, like maybe like many else. And then Jakarta want to spread out the development of the capital to another country. The advantage is it make another country to be development too, and the Jakarta is not so much hold much that like capital, like that. And if you see when you are in Jabodetabek region, you will see when you are in Bekasi or Bogor, Jakarta, Tangerang, maybe you don't feel like in a different country, like that, because yes, they are all get urban development. The term of this is agglomeration. Agglomeration, yes. Agglomeration is like when the centralized is get more spread and get more space, get like plus space at some land, like at some centralized to another developing country or developing city, like that. And then yeah, and then we go about urban design. Urban design, what I read is it is so complex, because urban design is like you are processing and some discipline. When you get some design about the city like Jakarta, Bandung, or anything city, it is you have to be holistic. You have to be knowledge holistic about the people, about the nature, about the what is the one about what the demand of people in there, because there are different when you are know about when you are approach in another city, like like every city have some demand, some different demand like that. And I thought that we to be urban design or to design some urban space, we have to know knowledge some what is people demand. Like we don't, maybe there is some literature like urban design in the past or some theoretical, but the substantial is we have to acknowledge the person first, because the urban design is just we have to be it's the aspect that we have to know is aspect for virtue of mankind like that. Because yes, urban design is so related with mankind. And then yeah, we have to know about the man. We have to know about what is manusia, about the human. Yes, human being. We have to know about that. And then what I get to is, yes, the urban design is processing. You don't know about the general definition of urban design, because urban design is process. Like maybe in this time you will just know urban design in Jakarta, you just have to be a capital, like there is some highway or some anything else. But maybe in the 20 or 30 years later, it will be different about the urban design, because the what is why it is like that, because urban design is relates to demand, people demanding. Like if the people density, the density of urban is increasing like that, and then the urban design is also have to like um, aduh, what is the meaning of also to like, wait, okay, I just know the meaning about it is a correlation. Yes, when the people get high density in urban, the urban design is also get have to be more knowledge, more acknowledge acknowledge like that, acknowledge, yeah, or acknowledge too like that. This like a processing. Then it is principle too, but if you maybe read some, I just read about in this book, there are when you read in theoretical, like in a book, like in an article, it is different when you are practically, and maybe everything is like that when you are read in theoretically, it is different in practically. But it is a urban design like a process, like it is always different in any time, but it is also have some basic principle, fundamental, substantial principle like that. Because urban design uh, is a fundamental knowledge in planning. And then what I just learned is urban design is multidisciplinary. Like if you learn about urban design, you also will get some learn, or you will have to learn like architecture, civic, urban planning, and then some landscape architecture and law and anything else about the urban. And maybe what I just read in 40 pages in this, I just found that yeah, urban design is so complex that you don't you don't know about the maybe the definition in one term, because it's processing, like it is get more complex with the time, more get up, get increase like that. And then we we have the urban design is also knowledge about the people, the psychology of human like that. And we have to knowledge about the what is people demands. Yeah, what is people need. Yes, what's people needs. Maybe like that I just learn about this book in 40 page. Next time maybe I just want to share about my learning in the next pages. Okay, maybe that's it, and thank you for watching in 22 minutes in here. And maybe you are not just just looking few my video in long minute like that. And thank you for the attention and for the view, and see you next time. Goodbye.